Indeed, love of God and love of one's neighbors are the two wings through which the soul soars higher to the great height of sanctity. What this means is that we cannot prove that we love God, whom we do not see, if we do not have love for our fellow human beings, whom we see. Any man or woman who claims to love God so much and is always in the church and is always doing everywhere you must see him, the person is the rosary, is the Bible, or anything whatsoever, and such person still bear grudges against his brothers or sisters, still hates his brothers and sisters, such person does not really love God. We cannot prove that we love God whom we do not see if we do not have love for our fellow human beings, because the God whom you serve, whom you claim to serve, has already commanded you that you must love your friends and foes, you must love your enemies, you must love everybody. So for you to claim that you love him, you must obey his commandments. So there is no love of God in you if you do not have love for your fellow human beings. As the scripture says in the first letter of St. John chapter 4 verse 20, if you claim that you love God but hate your brother or sister, you are a liar. However, there's an aspect that most times we neglect, which I want to bring to our notice. You cannot prove that you love your fellow human beings if you do not have true love of God in you. You will never be able to love your fellow human beings sincerely if you do not have love for God. What this means is that anything you do for anybody that is contrary to the will of God, all in the name that you want to prove to them how much you love them, is falsehood. When anybody demands from you that which is contrary to the will of God to prove to them how much you love them, please do not do so, because by doing so, by doing that to please them, you are not actually truly loving them. That is not love. That is not Christian love, no matter how much you feel that you love them. Such is falsehood. Anytime you love anybody or anything over and above God, you are actually committing sin, and that sin is the sin of idolatry. You don't need to bring wood and bow to them to commit this sin. Anytime you have love for anybody or anything over and above God, you are guilty of the sin of idolatry, and the fate of all those who are guilty of these sins are eternal damnation. Their fate is eternal damnation, because for you to be able to truly love them, that love must flow from the love you have for God. And when you prioritize them over and above God, you make them your God, and you are guilty of sin. So in summary, for you to be able to truly love God, you must love your neighbors. For you to prove that you love God, you must love your neighbors. But then, for you to truly love your neighbors, you must love God. And all the love you're showing to people must flow from the love you have for God. If not, you are just deceiving yourself. If not, we are simply living in illusion. And that is not Christian love. That is falsehood. That is idolatry and must be rejected. Thank you.